what to expect for this week. So you can see here, Bitcoin is still under the water, still yet to break from the 110K, still below that, 108.5. And of course, gold also have created a new all-time high and most likely to be at the peak or at the top. Okay, so is this the end of the bull market for crypto? And what's more with Bitcoin is looking set to top as well for the month of October usually. So usually in this month or Q4, Bitcoin tends to top first, okay, and then following by alt and Ethereum as well. Okay, of course, we can see here the top analysts, okay, mentioning that the market is currently bearish and most likely we are also heading to a bear market. Okay, so what are the possibilities of a recovery here? If Bitcoin can able to hold still, okay, above the 110K, continuing up with 115, then probably you might see a chance, slight chance for the crypto market to continue to rally again. Okay, so yeah, you can see here, every push higher into the 116.5K region is less about recovery and more about manipulation. So yesterday we had the up, the push back up, and then suddenly, early this morning, we went down again. So a lot of manipulation happening now from the Asian market and US market. So it was pump at night, and then in the morning, you are dump again. Okay, Asian market dumps, US market pumps. Okay, so market makers are liquidating on both sides, which is the longs and short. Okay, so if you are trading leverage, that's where you have to be very careful. Okay, right, a lot of liquidation happening. Okay, every push higher will cause to a liquidity target, right, around 116.5. Okay, so this is the liquidation. So every time when you see something like this, dead cat bounce, instead of hitting higher, what happens is that the market maker tend to liquidate the longs. Same goes to the short as well. Short, those people who are doing a sell short, thinking that the market can go down again, that's where the market maker or the manipulator tend to reverse back up again. So they're killing on both sides. Again, we are killing on both sides here. And then, of course, focusing on most bearish crypto market charts. Okay, so a lot of sentiment right now. We talk about the Bitcoin dominance. So Bitcoin dominance is still yet to push back down, still yet to see a massive drop. I think most likely Bitcoin dominance can continue to rally again for the immediate short term before we see a plunge down. So all eyes on the Federal Reserve for next week rate cut. So hopefully the rate cut can able to have some glimmer hope for the crypto market, okay, to continue to recover back again. Okay, so yeah, I think overall this is a short-term noise, but again, at this stage on Q4, you should not be complacent. Okay, you should also monitor your holdings. Coins that are not performing, maybe you might need to cut or you might need to convert. Especially if you're holding Bitcoin right now from the last cycle till now, and you still yet to take out your capital or realize some profits, then maybe this is a time you might want to do so. Okay, rather than holding all the way up and all the way down again. Okay, so nothing to be bullish about right now. Okay, so everything seems bearish. Okay, there's nothing to be bullish. And then the exact top is 125,000. We are in the bear market. Okay, so I think a lot of people have been bearish lately. Okay, probably I could add in as well, but only for Bitcoin, because usually Bitcoin will tend to top this, okay, to have the peak, usually on the month of October of every bull run. Should we see another repeat of the next 4 years, or probably this could be another repeat, then maybe this might also come into play for Bitcoin only. Okay, so that's why you can see a lot of rotation happening from the whales. Okay, they are rotating their Bitcoin to Ethereum and then to the smaller coins. Okay, probably another one more round or reversal back up to create another lower high compared to the previous high. Maybe somewhere around 120, slightly 120,000 plus, and then maybe we might go back down again. That will be the last final rally for BTC. Okay, I don't see any chance of going to 200 or 250, but a conservative somewhere around 120 to 140K for end of this year. Okay, so that's my take. Then, of course, moving on next. Okay, so talking about Bitcoin versus gold, should you own both or should you hold one? Okay, a lot of people have been arguing. Then, of course, we can see what happened. I think yesterday or last 2 days. So I think a lot of people have been lining up at the bank or the gold shop. They're actually queuing up to buy gold. So you know that the peak is already there for gold. Usually that is the top signal when the public or people, okay, normal people go outside and queue to buy gold. That's where usually is the peak. So this is by 𝗧𝗍. He's mentioning that Bitcoin can able to flip gold. Okay, what are the numbers that he's looking at here? Okay, so we will compare with the market cap first. So currently Bitcoin market cap is somewhere around 2.21 trillion. Okay, versus gold, which is about 30.34 trillion. Okay, very, very soon it's going to catch up. Okay, so it's only 2 versus 30 here. Okay, all right. So yeah, I think Bitcoin, if you talk about safe haven, how safe it is right now. So at the moment, you can see gold is still leading. Okay, so slowly, I think people will tend to realize that they will, sooner or later, they will tend to shift their asset holding into BTC. Okay, still consider a safe haven for gold at the moment, but Bitcoin slowly will be adapting to that. Okay, and then of course we look here. Okay, Bitcoin versus gold. Okay, so yeah, you can see here Bitcoin will flip gold. Don't know exactly when. It takes some time, but it will happen. So it's just a matter of time how soon that this thing can able to go. Okay, so once all these institutions starts to pile up, not only on BlackRock, okay, all those hedge funds, okay, starts to accumulate, then of course the public as well tend to realize. Okay, so that's where most likely Bitcoin will definitely flip gold. Okay, so we need something like those retail people who queue up at the gold shop to actually buy. Okay, it will be quite similar as well for BTC as well. Everyone will be talking about BTC. Okay, towards the euphoria, towards the peak. Okay, so that's where also you have to be very careful. So both assets have increasingly been seen as part of the so-called debasement trade, serving as potential hedge against currency devaluation. Okay, so yeah, I think everyone is looking forward to look for safety in terms of protecting their asset, okay, from being inflated or converting their currency, okay, into gold or into other asset class. All right. Okay, so yeah, you can see here another community reaction with the president of America, BlackRock pro-crypto SEC, TradFi pushing crypto. Okay, I think that it'll take some time, might be understatement of the year with so much adoption, still 10x away from gold. Okay, so I would say still early in terms of adoption for Bitcoin. Okay, in terms of coming in right now, I would say it's too late. Okay, most likely buying at a peak. Most likely Bitcoin is ready, most likely to be exhausted right now. Might want to wait for a correction, probably for next year or next 2 years to actually buy at a reasonable price. Okay, so let's see. I think slowly, it's a matter of time. Bitcoin will definitely catch up. Okay, so yeah, you can see here. Okay, Pereira explained that gold's market cap, okay, at 29.7 trillion. Okay, and Bitcoin's supply around 19.9 million. Theoretical flip price for BTC is 1.49 million. So you can see the calculation here. Okay, so Bitcoin have a limited supply of 21 million only. So I think there are a few coins that are lost in the space. So that leaves around 19.9 million. Okay, so each 1 trillion of added demand could raise BTC up to 50,000 by 50,000. Okay, so yeah, I think a lot more opportunities we're going to see. Okay, so we know that gold have already topped. So usually once gold top, most likely the money rotation will move from gold to BTC. That is the gameplay, especially for last cycle as well. So let's see whether or not Bitcoin can able to pick up, can able to rally again after gold have picked up. Okay, so yeah, that's the latest. Moving on next with Hyperliquid. So we can see what's happening now with Hyperliquid. Yeah, as you know that this is one of the promising backs. Again, they've been rewarding users quite handsomely. Okay, for those of you who have been trading on Hyperliquid. Okay, and of course gotten the airdrop as well. Okay, this is absolutely life-changing, but nonetheless, we're going to see here on the downside as well. Okay, so this pattern could trigger more hype losses. Okay, so hype liquidation surged to about 292,000. Okay, as well as added long position to defend the bearish sentiment. Okay, so yeah, as you know that you're actually a DEX, okay, where you can able to trade, where you can able to long and short without the need of centralized exchange. So you can able to trade without using KYC, without uploading a document. By using your MetaMask wallet or Web3 wallet, you can connect and you can able to trade. So that is a function of Hyperliquid. So as you know that, I believe Hyperliquid's momentum have already stopped or most likely to be peaked. Okay, so you can see already the all-time high is about what, $60 for Hyperliquid. So this run-up, I believe it's already top and it's looking set to head lower. Okay, if you look at the sentiment as well, okay, the market top somewhere around $60 because this coin recently launched this year. Okay, many people make life-changing wealth by just trading and getting the airdrop. Okay, so yeah, I think it went down all the way to $9, somewhere around $6 or $9, and it went all the way to 60. So it's about 6x from that. Okay, so yeah, I think talking about short liquidations surge, right? So we can see Hyperliquid is seeing a surge in short liquidations. Okay, right? Over 292,000 worth of Hyperliquid has been wiped out as well. So yeah, there's a danger about leverage trading. Okay, so there are a lot of whales also they're using Hyperliquid to also short, to also long. Okay, so yeah, if you do not know what you're doing, that's where the danger is. Okay, right? So Hyperliquid is a good coin to actually look forward for next cycle. Okay, so that's where I'm also preparing to KIB, keep in view, for this token for next cycle. Okay, so I believe the peak has already started for Hyperliquid. I believe most likely can go lower some more. Okay, so yeah, I think there are a lot more DEX, perpetual DEX compared to Hyperliquid. So many are actually coming out. Okay, and then next cycle, another DEX under base. So this is called Airdrop. It's actually a DEX under the base ecosystem, a layer 2. So right now they have already launched this so-called Aero launch. Okay, this is also another implementation in their ecosystem. Okay, to enhance their DEX. Okay, so you can see here boosting community-based token issuance and liquidity provision. Okay, so yeah, I think not only they're focusing more on spot bridging. Okay, they're providing liquidity provider. You can able to LP. Okay, provide your tokens to provide LP so that you can able to earn the whatever fees, whatever gas fees, right? Okay, so Aero launch transform token issuance on base. Okay, why this development allows any token to establish a pool on day one with trading fees allocated to liquidity partners. So if you are providing liquidity, you are actually earning the trading fees. Those who are actually trading on Aerodrome, you are earning the fees. That is the whole idea of rewarding those people. Okay, the LP. Okay, all right. So systematic setup encourages sustained liquidity and aims to optimize the launch process for new asset. Okay, so yeah, I think Base will also launch their token. Okay, I think could be anytime this year. So could be next month or by the December. Okay, because I think they have already started to explore, and they're also hiring some coin expert to launch their token as well. So yeah, I think you might want to transact on Base. Okay, like Young, like Monella, right? If you are still actively on chain, on Web3, okay, you might want to GM daily, you might want to swap, you might want to bridge using Jumper, Bungee. Okay, make sure you're active on the Base network because I think they're still yet to launch their token. And very soon they're going to launch. Okay, for Base layer 2. Okay, could be very promising. Okay, right. So I think a lot of projects are actually launching on Base network, layer 2. Okay, so later we will talk more on that. Then focusing on next. Okay, talk about on-chain analysis. Talking about the Bitcoin versus gold sentiment right now. And then of course, focusing on the global money supply, M2 supply. So what's happening now? Okay, so you can see here, gold has gone on a huge rally, catching up with the global money supply. But unfortunately, Bitcoin did not follow. That is always the case. Bitcoin is always lagging behind gold. Okay, Bitcoin tends to follow gold with a lag. Okay, right. Furthermore, there is a zone of gold and M2 confluence coming up. So what is happening now with the catch up? Okay, number one here, we're looking at gold just closed the gap with global M2. And then Bitcoin broadly tends to follow gold's move up with a delay. Okay, so it's like a lagging indicator for BTC. So BTC will slowly catch up. Okay, all right. There is a period of confluence whereby both gold and global M2 run out together for about 1 month. Okay, this signals an increased likelihood that BTC might follow. Okay, so yeah, I think you can able to see here the chart. So if we look at the gold, this red line is gold. They have already exceeded past the global M2 line, which is usually happen. So now Bitcoin, this is the orange or yellow line here, so slightly down. So if you compare to the previous data here, usually Bitcoin tends to follow. Okay, or you could say that gold will tend to beat first, and then following up by Bitcoin, and then Bitcoin tends to really outperform against gold and of course the global M2 supply. So should we able to see whether Bitcoin can able to follow up again? Okay, time will tell. So we got another 2 more months left for this year. Hopefully Bitcoin can able to pick up and continue its rally again. Then if you look here, Bitcoin against gold chart, you can see this is an ascending flag pattern, a very bullish ascending flag pattern. And then I think this could continue to break higher from this angle here. Okay, it's a matter of time. The timing, again, very important. Okay, so you can see here, steepest big BTC move up to begin around November 8, based on the gold and global M2 chart. Okay, both making moves up around that. Okay, and last for 1 to 2 months after that. So that could be the peak about this January. If that's for the case, right? Next month, November, 2 months, again, it'll be around January. Okay, so I don't think it's a guarantee Bitcoin fully catches up to the global M2 supply. Okay, it has always broken correlation near cycle top. Okay, so yeah, that is the case here for Bitcoin against gold. But these are the historical data. Okay, once Bitcoin top, Bitcoin tends to follow. So we're gonna wait and see whether can able to follow up for BTC. Then next, we're gonna see here gold against Bitcoin again. What's happening right now? We can see gold local top equals Bitcoin pump. Okay, happened all cycles so far. Okay, so should we see the gold top here? Okay, so you can see gold rallied to a new all-time high. It's about $4,300. Okay, I believe this is already a top for gold. So every time when gold tops, okay, Bitcoin tends to rally from that top. Gold top here, Bitcoin rallies. This was a similar side as well. Gold top here, Bitcoin rallies. Okay, that was the final run up. This was October. This is 28th October last year. Okay, one month. Okay, almost 1 year. Last year itself. Gold top, Bitcoin rally. October as well. Should we see something similar like this? Gold top now, BTC maybe starting to make this move again. Okay, so let's see towards the end of the month. Okay, so another 9 days left. And then of course next Wednesday is the rate cut, right? So FOMC rate cut, very important. I think they're going to cut again, another 0.25%. So most likely market is pricing in, okay, before the rate cut. And then after that, most likely might have a rally for all the asset class, not only for crypto, but stocks as well. Okay. And then of course, more gold news here, you can see. Gold is having one of its worst days on record while Bitcoin is pumping. Okay. So in April, gold down about 5% in 3 days, right before Bitcoin broke out from its macro bottom and expanded. So this is a chart here. Okay, so Bitcoin drops, tops, and then Bitcoin rally. Okay, so that is always the case. So, but when gold rally, Bitcoin tends to consolidate or to weaken or to dump. So now we have already know that gold already topped. Now is Bitcoin time to rally. Okay, so yeah, I think this is the sentiment right now. I think money rotation might happen very, very soon. So we got to see, again, for coming end of this month and then leading up to November. I think November should be interesting. Most of the stocks really tend to perform better. And then following up by December as well with another rate cut. Okay, so December could be another rate cut again. So that's my take here. And then, of course, focusing on Airdrop. So for those of you who've been doing Blue Whale, okay, checking in daily, now you can able to claim. So Molela or Young already claim or not? This airdrop. So Young, I think this is second airdrop finally gotten. Okay, after many months of checking in, so finally gotten your second drop for Blue Whale. So there is a vesting here. Think about how many months here? 4 months, 4 or 5 months. They release about 25%. So the remaining 75% will be divided into 4 months. Okay, so you can able to trade on Binance, OKX, Kraken, Gate, all those big exchanges. Okay, so you can able to buy and sell if you've gotten the airdrop, right? So yeah, I think most of these are testnet. So if you are just checking in daily, right, you have nothing to do, you can just check in, then they reward you this airdrop. So this is also another side income if you are interested to do, okay, because it doesn't cost you any money, just time. Okay, so yeah, this is the first drop. Okay, and then next, we're going to see here, coming in from 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗀𝘀 snapshot. Okay, they have already snapshot, okay, for early December. They're going to snapshot for schedule for early December, around mid-month. Okay, and then this snapshot decides your first point to token eligibility. So if you are doing this 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗀𝘀 project, then maybe you might want to take note, okay, on this snapshot. You might want to push some transaction, or probably if you are influencer on Twitter, maybe you might want to boost up your engagement with your followers to gain the ranking, okay, for 𝗧𝗀. Okay, then next, coming in from Pacifica. So I believe like Nolela and Young still trading. Okay, I hope you are still continuing your trade once a day, 3 to 5 minutes you open, and then you close within that range, 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, because why they are announcing this NFT, soulbound NFT. Okay, how are they going to reward? There are only 21 SBT here. Okay, so if you have gotten this NFT, then you are definitely earning a lot. You definitely have a huge boost on your allocation once they go live for the TGE. Okay, so how are they going to reward here? Okay, they're going to reward to active participants in Pacifica's ongoing boot camps, competition, and community events. Now, if you are trading on Pacifica, like I already said, just trade once a day. Okay, open at least max 5x volume. Okay, leave it on for about minimum 3 to 5 minutes, and then you close it, right? So, told you guys, open one account for buy, one account for sell. So you close within that range, 2 accounts. So that's where you get your volume. And of course, you're getting your points as well. Keep trading and stacking points. Okay, getting 1 out of 21 might be tough. Okay, so you got to stay active and keep trading. So that's the thing about consistency. Like how I gotten Drift, how I gotten Zeta Markets from Solana is pretty much the same also. The same playbook I've been using for Drift and Zeta Market, I'm sharing to you guys. This is also probably can work as well. Trade once a day. Okay, 1 buy, 1 sell on each account. Minimum need to have 2 accounts. So you leave it on for 3 minutes to 5 minutes max, and then you close it. And then that's it. And then you move on to the next day. So you don't have to do over trading. You don't have to stress whether you're making profit or not. Normally, you will close just to minimize the loss on the brokerage fee, so that in order for you to get the volume plus the points for the airdrop. So that is a strategy here for Pacifica. Okay, and then next. Okay, another drop just happened earlier, 1 hour earlier, which is called Limitless. So this is actually a prediction market, similar like poly market here, where you can able to predict whether the price is going up or going down. Okay, on not only on crypto but any other events. Okay, that you can able to predict whether a football team is going to win or not, or a basketball team, or probably a political event. Will the event happen or not? So you can able to put yes or no. So let's say if the event happens and if you put in, let's say $100, so maybe you want something. So that's how the prediction market works. So now they have already gone live. This is on the base network. Okay, so you can able to claim your tokens if you've been doing on this drop. I think a lot of people have been making a lot, even with the pre-sale. Okay, pre-sale. All right. I think for those of you who have been participating in the IDO or pre-sale, okay, I think they have been oversubscribed, about 100 times oversubscribed. Their initial plan was only 1 million that they want to raise, but they've gotten about 100 million. So they have to refund back. So yeah, you can see the price right now, I think it's about 55 cents. Okay, everyone gotten about $10, I think. So I think everyone makes profit easily, about 3x. Okay, 3x easily. Okay, so this is the limitless platform. Okay, so you can see these are the example here about the prediction market. Example here you can see, will Binance list limitless token in 2025? So you can choose either you want to put yes or no. Okay, so let's say if this thing comes true, if you put yes, then you will win something. It's like a betting thing, but again, end of the day, it's like a risk as well. It's like your long is like your short. So you have to also put in money, like USDC. How much you want to put in order for this thing to happen. So if it doesn't happen, then you will lose that amount. So that's called prediction market. So now you can see this narrative is heavily shifting towards prediction market. A lot of these platforms are coming out now. Okay, a lot of this IDO, they are launching their prediction market. So that's where it's going to be very hot right now for the crypto space on prediction market. Okay, so this is a thing that you need to take note. Okay, more and more will be coming up after limitless. Okay, and then next, we're going to see here coming in from the coin market cap. So where are we now? Okay, 3.65 trillion. BTC is at 108.1. Ethereum is at 3.8K. So most of the coins are again on the downside. So gainers for today, we have Meme Core, 10.95%. Look at Aptos, 2.75, Etina, 0.95. So overall, not really much of a happening here for those coins. Okay, so we'll look on next with the dominance. So if you have any question, feel free to put in the chat box. I'll answer it later on. Okay, so dominance first. Okay, so we can see the dominance on money time frame. Price went up all the way here on the sell zone, breakdown. So far now, it's still hovering above the middle band. So we know that this is already a rejection. Okay, a rejection. That means price most likely to hit lower, a very harsh rejection. Okay, let me look at weekly now. Okay, here is still below the middle band. So now the dominance is slowly climbing back up again, which is continue to retest above the middle band here, 60.8. So far for now, on weekly, it's still downtrend. But if the weekly close above the middle band, that's why you have to be very cautious. Okay, look at daily now. Okay, what is daily doing? So daily slowly coming up, okay, pump, dump, consolidation, still at the sell zone. So I think we should see this dominance to hit higher at 60.42. Okay, and then maybe slowly climbing back up to reclaim back here, 60.74. And then maybe you might see a dump, okay, for next month. Maybe one more leg up for dominance, and then probably might see a breakdown again. Okay, you can see already it's slowly starting to hit higher. Why? Is because BTC is down, also is down. Okay, so that's why dominance now all eyes on BTC at the moment. Okay, so we look at it against Bitcoin. Monthly is still positive. Okay, so what happened? Close above the middle band, and then it did a pullback here for the re-entry. Okay, so the re-entry is very important to maintain this level of support. Okay, because it already retest on this zone here. 0.03195. Again, so for this month, if you can able to reclaim or to break above here, would be good. 0.04070. Then we should see another break higher again for next level will be here at 0.04955. Again, for it against Bitcoin. Okay, so far momentum, pullback, consolidation. So again, I think most likely it might come back here to retest on the middle band again. Okay, so far we can see higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Okay, so we have another 2 more weeks left for this chart to form. So if you can able to hold above this level, should be good. Okay, for it against Bitcoin. Look at daily now. So daily also we can see setup, price consolidation, breakdown. Okay, price below the middle band now. So next will be here. This level here will get retested 0.0333375. Okay, you have to target here. Maybe it might come back down to retest here for it against Bitcoin. Look at BTC now. So what's happening now? Monthly. Now if you're still holding BTC, then maybe it's a concern for you. Why? It's because this level here, a lot of reversal retest candles form. Price try to break but get rejected. If you look at all those past data as well, including this as well, you can see getting a lot of rejection here. You can see a huge wick again, and then next will be this support zone, 102.7. So 102.7 will be the critical support. If that level were to break again, next will be here, 96. And then following up by the middle band here, 86.4. Okay, so yeah, I think if you are already in the money for BTC, you've been holding for quite some time, maybe it's a time to at least realize some profits or probably at least convert to stables so that you can able to prepare for the next cycle rather than holding all the way for 2 cycles, okay, and then endure the drawdown for another 60 to 80%. So you don't want that, right? So look at weekly now. So you can see price projected at the top B, okay, break down and close below the middle band, okay. And then this weekly candlestick, you can see another bearish candle. Looks set to hit lower again and to retest this level here at 102.6. So 102.6 will be the crucial support, okay. So I think most likely weekly might get tested here again, or should we see another rally again? Okay, maybe next week, should we see a reversal? And then maybe to retest back here at 118.5. Okay, for BTC. Look at daily now. Look at daily, we can see. Okay, rejected below the middle band. Okay, breaking down again. So what else to look here? This is the support zone, 106.4 for the daily time frame. So if this level were to break, might see 102.6 very soon. Or if not, we can able to maintain sideways around this range. Okay, then probably should be good, right? Around this range here. Okay, for BTC. So the 105 to 109. Okay, that will be the range. Let's see whether or not can it able to consolidate, form a double bottom, and then continue to go higher. Look at Ethereum now. So we can see it's about 3.8. So Ethereum is still yet to break its all-time high. Okay, still struggling, to really go past the 5K zone. Now it's like doing this momentum pullback, and then this level here, you might want to see this level to maintain as support at 3758. And then if it continues to go down, the middle band will be here, 3122, which is not so good. It goes down there. Then on weekly, right, you can see already price momentum, higher highs, higher lows. So a decision moment here, the more it retests the middle band, the more it's going to go down. And that's quite concerning here. Should we see this level again, next 3494, then with the 3122. So all these levels you have to pay attention for Ethereum. Okay, so maybe might break lower. Okay, and then if not, then you might want to consolidate around this range here. Look from the right to left, this range. Okay, so this will give you somewhere around 3.8 all the way to 3.3 or 3.4, around this range here. Okay, should we see a breakdown, then this range should be an area to consolidate. Then maybe to find its recovery back out. Okay, so that is Ethereum. So far on H4 looking bearish there, looking set to break already towards the downside. So you have to be very cautious, okay, for your outs as well. So any outs that you want to look at? I think there are a lot here. What happened to Solana? Okay. So what is Solana doing? This is the head, this is the shoulder. Left and right shoulder. Head and shoulder. Very, very dangerous. Okay. So we can see on Monday, the price already rejected at the top DB, created a bearish reversal candle. So this is the middle band here, 171. Okay, to maintain this level of support. If not, you might want to go lower. Okay, probably breaking down again will give you around 123. Look at the weekly time frame, extreme sell, EB squeeze. Price is looking set to hit lower first, which is to sell to buy. So pull back all this range, might want to consider this level here, 161 to 130. Okay, for Solana. So again, I think most of it are heading down. Look at daily as well. You can see momentum sell, pull back for the entry sell, is breaking down again. Okay, and this is the support zone at 177. So next week is the rate cut. So let's see whether or not can the market recover from that. Okay, for Solana. So most of the alts, I think, already peaked. We look at like hyper liquid also. USDT. Okay, like I already mentioned, this is a new coin. They launched last year, December, almost 1 year. Okay, so it went to a low of 9.29. So the wick went all the way from 20.9. Okay, now you can see higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. So let's look at the weekly time frame. So weekly time frame, we can see already price closing inside the Bollinger Band. Lack of steam to push. Okay, closing inside, breakdown, and then maybe one more chance for a reversal, maybe at least to retest back here on the sell zone at 44.89 before heading down again. So you will create, maybe there could be another chance already to create a lower high compared to the previous high before heading down again. That should be the ending for hyperliquid. Then moving on to the bear market. Or if not, we might continue to go down and then to retest all these levels again at 28.5 and then continue lows to its lows again. Maybe settle down somewhere around at $20, 20 to 28 for the bear market. Okay, for hyperliquid, maybe I think it's already done. Okay, the movement is already done. So most of it are bearish. Okay, for this one. Then look at Ester. Still also the same thing. This one, USDT, $1. Heavily shared by CZ. Also launched this thing about last month, September. 2 months old. Less than 2 months old. Okay. So under Binance, another derivatives platform, perpetual DEX platform. Okay. All-time high was how much here? 2.43. 2.43 went down now. How many percent now? Okay. About 60%. So this is the thing about new coins. Okay, if you're gonna buy, these are the risks. So this is a double top. You can see M pattern form, lower high compared to the previous high. You can see here. So this is how Bitcoin is going to form. Lower high compared to the previous high. So you have to take note. Maybe it might come back up one more round. It will top here compared to the previous top and then go down again. So you have to identify all these type of patterns. Once it forms, and then that's why you need to make a decision whether you want to hold or you want to convert it to USDT or stables or take profits.